So a carburetor or fuel injector, they're both naturally going to enrich with altitude. A carburetor, you're going to kind of notice it more. It'll be more pronounced. It'll probably happen sooner, in all honesty. That's just by virtue of how they work. A carburetor is a little bit more, I don't want to use the word crude, but simple in how it operates. They both use a venturi, so they're both basically measuring the speed of the air. That's how they meter the fuel. Now the servos, a little bit better at responding to that. It won't drift as rich, is one way to look at it. But they're both gonna enrich with altitude, with temperature. That's just how they function. But you'll probably notice it'll be a little bit more pronounced on a carburetor. On a large carburetor like an 036 or an 0540, those actually have what's called an economizer, which is linked to where the throttle is set. So you'll probably notice that a little bit more depending on what power setting you're at, because normally what that enrichment through the economizer does is that's basically making sure hey, I'm above 75% power, I need a little bit more fuel flow. Well, if you're right around there and now you're changing altitude and that throttle's changing, you may have to lean a bit more to actually compensate for that economizer circuit. So that's why you may notice it a little bit more on a carburetor over a fuel injector, but they both enrich with altitude. That's just the nature of the beast.